Hello. Somebody once told me, actually a few people, they said when he does videos up close, then they're serious. You probably see I got bags under my eyes. I know you don't want to see me up that close. Even I don't want to see me up that close. I was up to about 6 o'clock in the morning. Obviously, I had all that issue and drama yesterday with, being served with a civil summons. And a lot of you were incredibly helpful in leaving me a lot of legal advice and general advice. And I do read every comment. I spent about 4 hours last night reading your comments, and I fielded an enormous amount of emails. And I've gotten the advice of a couple lawyer individuals, excuse me, I'm really sleep deprived. And there's another lawyer contacting me tomorrow. And I really appreciate all your great help. My buddy Tom, he's a lot older than me. I think he's like 78 years old. He came over, he lives in Mount Sterling. I sold him a couple valuable things that I own, items, I won't say what they are, and gathered up some cash in case I have to make a settlement. I don't know if that's the case. I still need more legal advice. I just really appreciate all the helpful information you people provided me, and I really did read all the comments. As a side note, I told my buddy Tom that we should go down to the county clerk's office, where the civil summons is at, and we did, and it was a total waste of time. I'm not saying anything against civil servants. They gave me information that was completely unhelpful, and you'll notice right here it says at the top, says helpful phone numbers, lawyer reference service, and they're not helpful at all, because I've called all these numbers, and this nonsense, Kentucky justice, so on and so forth, and that's just life. There's always people trying to hook and crook, and it's just, the world is based on debt. The older you get, the more you realize that one person's debt is another person's money. And they will do anything to threaten you and beat you over the head with it like a sledgehammer. But I know that. I mean, that's not new information to me, but it's kind of shocking that it leads such a clean and simple life. But it shouldn't be shocking at all. So I really, really wanted to say thanks to any and all of you regarding all those comments. I still have several hundred comments to read, and I read them all, so I'll be up late tonight to do that. I've made a video on, because I've been asked by a lot of people on buying land tips and tricks, and I've got a list of them, and I have a video. I'll upload that tomorrow, but I've literally spent all day on the phone. I spent easily like 5 or 6 hours today on the telephone. My friend Tom came over and bought a couple of valuable items from me so I could raise some dough. And all the time I spent on the phone, not meaning you people, but other entities, use a handy voice recorder. And you talk to people who say, this call will be recorded. And of course, Kentucky has one-party recording consent, so I was recording them as well. I'm very careful in what I say. I don't know legalese. Well, I know legalese a lot better than most people, but I know what to say and what not to say. So anyway, it seems like there's a whole lot of craziness going on in the world. This is not a what's going on video, but I found out that, like in Kentucky, 32% of people, which is basically 1 in 3 people, are experiencing this issue. I heard yesterday, and this is a statistical fact, that that credit usage is up like 10%. Basically, everybody is broke and they're living on their credit cards. I have not had a credit card in basically 4 years. I've had very few credit cards in my life. I think credit card is, it is slavery. Banks don't lend money, they lend debt. And by debt is a euphemism for slavery, which is exactly what it is. I buy used clothes on eBay and I lead a simple life, and that's a good thing, and I don't regret that at all. I have no lust to own new clothing or anything. It doesn't matter what kind of clothes I wear. You can't polish a turd, right? It's like a gold-plated turd. It's like there's a turd wearing a fancy expensive polo shirt. Who cares, right? In my case. So I don't regret that. I just, I hate to see the way the world is going. There's just, I really despise, resent, reject, and think it's loathsome for anybody to accuse me of being a doom and gloomer. Because I'm certainly not. I'm not one of these channels like every other video is like they're talking, oh, the world's going to end next week. Shut the heck up with that nonsense. But I can see it out there, and everybody I talk to says the same thing. And by the way, I've had thousands and thousands of you, literally, both in live stream and email and comments, talk about a video that's over on Rumble and BitChute, and it's 1 hour and 8 minutes long. I've seen it twice. Everybody emails me and says, have you seen this video? Have you seen it yet? It's like, yeah, I've seen it twice. It's a video, I don't know if I should say the title of the video. Died, and then possibly another word in the video could be suddenly. That's the title of the video. There we go. That basically gave the title of the video. I'm not going to talk about what's in that video. Or I'm not going to say what's in the video. You could check it out for yourself. So I had so many people telling me about that. Everybody also too in live stream and comments and emails been asking me about the revolts that are going on in CH. I'm so tired. Spell it correctly. CHINA. Yeah, I know how to spell that word actually. Yeah. They're putting locking people, nailing in and locking people inside their own place, and I've seen the internment camps. Basically, they're internment camps for people with the coof. This is not a real pipe, by the way. I don't smoke. Horrors. I've just seen horrors. There's a lot of videos of people showing where they actually install these little links. They're like these super spiked, way worse than chain link. It's way worse than even razor wire. These really, in other words, if you try to climb over the fence, it will impale you like basically daggers sticking up, and they're kind of putting those everywhere. They're these little, look like little 1 foot sections of spiked daggers. It's like, well, isn't that interesting? I wonder why. Tyranny. Totalitarian fascism. Now, I'm not passing any judgments, but well, I should be. It's absolutely horrific. I stand for human freedom and human rights, and I'm certainly not a hypocrite in that regard. I really made this video, and I didn't mean for it to be that long, just to say thank you for all the comments. I still have several hundred comments to read. Extremely sleep deprived, and been getting tons and tons of advice from you all, so I really want to say thank you. I really, really mean that. It's incredibly kind of you to leave all the helpful legal advice, and also too forums and whatnot. And knowledge is power. I don't praise knowledge. I'm certainly not against knowledge. Wisdom is above all else. But when it comes to, temporal matters of flesh and body and stone and brick, knowledge is where it's at. But I certainly don't praise that as any type of, I think you get my point. Nothing beats a handy recorder, by the way. Unless it's your friends or your family, and you want to get people, usually people nailing them to the wall is like trying to nail Jello, right? It's like, well, I never said that. It's like, oh yeah, I recorded that. Check on your state's one-party recording consent. Kentucky, it's good if you want to record, so I know about the laws about that. Just so helpful. You take it to court, like, oh, but Your Honor. And I've never been to court, thankfully. I'm very proud of that. I hope I never, ever go to court. I don't do anything untoward, but if I ever do, it's like, oh, yeah, lawyer. Oh, yeah, that's not true. I've got that on tape. Let me to play that for you? Exhibit A. Things are just getting bad all over, and that's not a doom and gloom statement, and I'm not a doom and gloomer. I try to lead a simple life. Leather work, photography stuff, videos on metaphysics. I read and write and I translate. I don't have to read a whole lot more at this point in stage in life, but I do love to read. I never have time for it anymore, except for your comments. I read all the comments, but I hate that things are going this way in the world. And And I know a lot of you feel the same way too. So check out that video over on Rumble and tell me what you think. I've seen it twice. That's probably on BitChute. Anything that's on Rumble's probably got 10 copies on BitChute. Everybody's been telling me about it. So anyway, thanks for watching. And we're entering weird times. I feel like, don't you all feel like we're in a Twilight Zone episode? Doesn't it feel like that? Remember that episode where like everybody on the earth it perishes and there's one guy left and all he loves to do is read. He hates everyone and he hates everything. And he's so glad everybody's gone in the Twilight Zone episode. He's so glad everybody's just gone. Now he's got all the time in the world to read. And he's in the library and he like stumbles and his glasses fall off and they break. And they're really thick glasses. So he's got nobody to make him glasses. It's like, doesn't life feel like that? You're probably too young to remember the Twilight Zone. We're in a Twilight Zone episode right now. Sorry I talk so much. I warned you not to watch. Man, sleep deprivation sucks. I warned you not to watch this video. And to the county attorney where, I had to pay to park and go downtown, all that frigging traffic. They gave me these helpful phone numbers. Well, these numbers weren't helpful at all. So thank you, county government, for giving me these helpful phone numbers that were the total opposite of being helpful. Total waste of time. Luxi Veritas. Have a lovely week. Goodbye.